Hi, welcome back to Yoga with Tim. I'm Tim and this is Stacy. She'll be demonstrating while I lead you through the practice. Let's begin in Samastiti. Stand with your feet slightly separated for this variation. Open up your toes, open up the soles of the feet, and then lean forward slightly into your toe mounds, then back into your heels, then balance right in between. Make sure you're not leaned right or left, inner or outer foot. And with your palms together, feel that the hands are pressing into each other and releasing away at the same time. Feel the chest spreading. Feel the inner upper thighs release back as you ground from your hips into your heels. Feel the spine grow tall, head balance right up on top. With your eyes closed, take a slow, steady breath in through your nose. And let it out. Open your eyes and release your arms down at your side. Inhale, raise your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate your spine, flat back. Step back, and with knees down, lower slowly. Modify chaturanga. Come into cobra pose. Lower your hips, roll your chest through. Lower your chest back down, press up on the hands and knees, and stretch back into downward dog. So that would be a more beginner flow. You could even do child's pose instead of downward dog. If you'd like to try the more advanced flow with us now, we'll go through that. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Inhale into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. As you hold in your downward dog, reach into the four corners of your hands. Turn your outer upper arms down towards the floor and open across your upper two ribs. Then imagine someone had a rope across your hips and was pulling you straight up towards the ceiling. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Raise your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart, Samastiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot for warrior two pose. Right foot up by your right thumb. Turn your back heel down. Press into your feet and come up. Turn your right thigh out so that your knee is tracking with your second, third toe. Grow tall through your spine so your head is balancing right up over your hips. Then bring your forearm onto your right thigh and stretch your left arm all the way over your ear. In side angle pose, you're looking for a long line of energy from your back ankle, through your spine, through the reach of your left arm. This is the angle of side angle. I did a dab when I did the angle side angle. Press into your feet and come back up into warrior two. Circle your hands to the mat and step back into downward dog, or if you're working on upper body strength, you could add a vinyasa, your call. Step your left foot, warrior two. Good, so check out your leg, make sure that the thigh is turned all the way out. You're reaching from your back leg down into your heel, and then the spine is erect. So you're improving your posture as you hold these standing poses as well. Make sure that you're not leaning to one side or the other. There's still that feeling of samasthiti, a feeling of balance, forward, back, right and left. You're not leaning one way or the other. Have the hands up in line with the shoulders and reach from the tops of the shoulders to the fingers. Then bring your forearm onto your thigh and take your right arm all the way over. Again, connecting your side angle from your back hip, back leg hip all the way into the heel, lengthen through your side ribs, reach past your fingertips. Press down into your feet and come back up into warrior two. Straighten your left leg, turn your toes in so your feet are parallel, clasp your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders back and open up your chest. Pause here for a moment, make sure the shoulders are turned all the way back. If you have tighter shoulders, like I do, you might benefit from holding a strap or a towel so you can actually get the same rotation that you see Stacy doing. Then start to tip from your hips, without the shoulders sinking onto your chest. If you have such good control of those muscles in your back that you can start to stretch your hands up and overhead without the shoulder head sinking onto the chest, then go ahead. Press down into your feet and come back up to stand. Spread your arms out to the side. Angle your left leg inward slightly, turn your right leg out, and reach out into triangle pose. Press down into your feet, come back up to stand, bend the right knee, put your right hand down onto the inside of your foot on the blocker on the floor, and take the left arm straight up to the ceiling. First, reach your chest up and away from your hips. Then turn your left thumb down, internally rotate, and slide the hand into your back right pocket. Then roll the shoulder head open as you lift the chest up and away from the hip. If you go too low for your body, like try to put your hand too low, then your shoulder will sink onto your chest, the chest will collapse. So make sure you're high enough to where you can roll the chest away from the hip and get the left shoulder to roll back. That's how you know. It's all just based on proportions or how long you've been doing yoga. Take your left arm back up to the ceiling, press through your feet and come back up, turn your legs to the left, and reach out into triangle pose. Feel your breath move all the way down towards your belly. Feel your side ribs expand, sides of the chest expand. And when you exhale, feel the sides of the ribs draw back in and down, all the air leave. Smooth, deep, full breaths. Then press into your feet and come back up. Bend the left knee and put your left hand down onto the inside of your foot, blocker floor. Take your right arm up. Good. Once you get the lift of the chest, you find the sweet spot, then turn the thumb down, rotate internally, slide the hand behind your back towards your left back pocket or hip. Then roll the shoulder back again as you reach your heart up and away from your back ankle. Plug your left outer thigh back into the hip socket, left outer hip back towards your back heel. And then see if you can let the left thigh drop a little deeper without losing the connection of your back leg, like you're drilling through the back heel or growing a root from your hip through your back heel through the floor. Take your right arm back up to the ceiling. Press into your, actually, this round. Let's take the escape route from here. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. Then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, left foot to the outside of the left hand for Malasana. So in this variation of Malasana, we slow it down like a bit slower. Go slow-mo for me. Okay, so as Stacy starts to lower her hips, a little faster. As she starts to lower her hips, pause right there. The knees are gonna wanna sink inward like I'm showing, as will the inner arches. So part of what we're trying to do in our yoga practice is develop strength through the inner leg line. So as you go to lower, keep the lift through your inner ankles and keep your knees pressed out. If they sink in, these inner legs turn off. So we want the inner legs to start to wake up so that we can start to open up and I don't know what else. It's important. Bring your hands to prayer position once you get it. It's important for the whole health of your spine because if my legs go like that, then the whole kinetic chain turns off. My core isn't holding my spine upright anymore. Okay, so now that you have this, you have the inner leg situation, you're nice and tall on your spine, then we can start to go into things like crow pose because you're able to support your spine. So put your hands down, straighten your legs, fold forward, and then bring your feet together and we'll practice crow.
Just go ahead.
Yeah, just do your crow. Hook your knees to your outer upper arms. Lean into it as best you can. Good, then lower yourself down, set your butt to the floor, come into boat pose. Bring your knees up, arms forward. Then bend your knees and round your lower back down onto the floor. Head down, open up the arms like goalpost arms. As you exhale, engage the low abs, tuck the pubic bone towards the chest, and then push straight up like you're trying to lift your knees up to the ceiling. Hold that. Then inhale, release, and lower your knees down away from you. Keep the abs in, not just the shins, knees too, don't cheat. And then bring the knees back up. Then tuck and lift up. And release it. Lower the thighs away from you. Oh, keep the low abs turned on. Bring it back up. Tuck and lift up. Inhale, lower it back down. And slowly lower the thighs away from you. Bring it back up. Tuck your abs and lift up. And hold. Lower it back down. Lower the thighs away. It's hard as hell, huh? Lower the thighs away from you. Hold those abs in. Hold. Lower 1 more inch. Bring it back up. Hands behind your head. Crunch up to your right outer knee. Push your left leg forward. Change sides. Change sides. Change sides. Change sides. Change sides. Come back to center. Crunch up 1 more inch. Push your left heel forward, abs in. Push your right leg out to meet it and hold for 3, 2, 1, hug your knees into your chest. Stretch your legs out. Roll over onto your belly. Reach your hands back behind you. Then lift your shoulders, head, chest, legs up off the mat. Good, so as you hold in this shavasana position, for just a moment, like Stacy was doing, push your hands down into the floor and roll the shoulder heads away from the floor. So feel these back muscles really turn on, especially your external rotators. Then lift the hands 1 inch without the shoulders sinking. Lower yourself down and rest one cheek on the mat. Then bend the knees and reach back with the hands for the feet. Now this can be a little gnarly on a knee or a lower back, so if that's the case, you can just repeat the last pose. Otherwise, holding your feet, go back up. Not about how high you go, but more about getting extension. So elongate through the spine as you reach into the hands with your feet. Breathe, take full, even breaths. Lower yourself back down. Rest the other cheek. Then press straight up into plank. Back into down dog. Take your feet outer hips distance apart. Walk the hands a handprint closer and lift your hips up high. Then bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg, towards the shin or ankle. Change sides. Right hand to the left leg. Then set that hand back down. Okay, now from here, we're gonna kind of do choose your own adventure. If you're a single leg pigeon type of person, which I'm not really, I don't like the single leg pigeon, but if you are, you could go into single leg pigeon from here, or you could just come into seated and cross your legs and fold forward, whichever one you want to do. You could also do the double pigeon if you like to stack the shins, that's fine too. Or you could also lie on your back and do ankle to knee. A few different options. Change sides, whichever one you're doing. Then come into Dandasana, sit with your legs stretched right out in front of you. And fold forward, paschimottanasana. Press down into the front of the sit bones. Feel that the whole spine is moving forward and down evenly, even if you have to bend your knees a little bit to get that movement. So if your pelvis gets caught back and under, you might bend the knees to help with the forward movement. Then lie down onto your back for shavasana, corpse pose. With your eyes closed, take one last deep breath in and let it out. Completely let go from head to toe. Just let your body melt into the floor. Practice staying present by observing the sensations in your body. As you move out of your head into the body, imagine that you could become part of this vibratory force in the body. You could transition to become a vibration. Then gently bend your knees and roll over to your side. Press yourself up to seated. Bring your palms together. Namaste. Hey, thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, please take a moment, hit the like button, turn on your notifications, and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And also, it's a great way to support the channel. It's just by clicking that subscribe button. We appreciate it so much. Also, take a moment to join the Yoga with Tim community. Go to my website. I'll put the link right below. And not only sign up, but also check out the Conscious Movement community where you can learn to deepen your practice with me. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.